Hello. The title of this talk is why we should not use the world to its full. Why we should not use the world to its full. This is a talk that's really it's Bible based. It's the Bible based problem solving speech that I'm giving. I like to give a quote to you here of something that I found. Here's a quote. It says, "One cannot foretell the surprises or disappointments the future has in store. Yet clumsily or smoothly, the world, it seems, progresses and will progress." Now, these were the words from a famous historian. His name's H.G. Wells. Now, despite numerous crises and calamities, many people feel that mankind will somehow solve its problems and the world, as much as we know it, it will survive. Well, from the Bible, we can see from the Christian Apostle Paul, he presented a different picture. In the Bible, I'll take a look and I want to share something with you. It's in 1 Corinthians 7, verse 31. And it says this. It says, "And those making use of the world as those not using it to the full, for the scene of this world is changing." So that scripture there, what I just read, well, what does that mean to people who serve God today? Well, although Paul's words were written many centuries ago, well, they still ring true today. The present external form of the world, it's continued to undergo constant change. Like a passing scene in a stage play, material goods and hard-earned possessions, those things, they can be here today or they can be gone tomorrow. A flood, earthquake, hurricane, natural disaster, any of those, they can upend a person's life instantly. Long-held political and economical ideologies, they can change overnight. Now, through the years, many people strive to keep in mind what the Apostle Paul's counsel, and it's not always easy to keep a proper balance with trying to do a good job, let's say for your employer, or a good job in school, and at the same time putting God's interests first in your hearts and your mind. For example, there was an article that I read. It was titled, "They Enriched Their Lives. Can You Do the Same?" Gave an example of two individuals, Mark and Amy. Now, Mark, he served as a regular evangelizer. He worked part-time for a company, and after some time, the supervisor offered him a promotion to a full-time position with a big salary. Then there's Amy. She served as a regular evangelizer also while completing her schooling. And after she graduated, she was offered a full-time position that demanded much of her time and with good pay. So here's the question. What did Mark and Amy do? Mark, he turned down a promotion that was offered to him. He just turned it down. He said that he and his wife wanted to build their lives around serving God as fully as possible. Amy, on the other hand, she took the job. But here's something that Amy said after she took the job. She said that for the first year, she remained active in her ministry, but found that the focus of her life gradually shifted from spiritual interest to career promotion. She received tempting offers for advancement and began to expend her energy on climbing the corporate ladder. As the responsibilities of her job increased, she spent less and less time in the ministry, and eventually she just stopped preaching altogether. So can you see the difference there? There is real danger if you lose sight of what the true purpose of life is, which is really to serve God. Now, let's take a look at another scripture. This is at Luke 8:14. Luke 8:14, and it says this: "As for that which fell among the thorns, these are the ones that have heard, but by being carried away by anxieties and riches and pleasures of this life, they are completely choked and bring nothing to perfection." So, uncontrolled desires, anxieties over your livelihood, those things, they can lead to excessive involvement in things dealing with the world, things that are in this system of things. And tragically, some people have been so caught up in today's frenzied economy and have been led astray from their faith, and they have stabbed themselves over with many different pains, even losing their precious relationship with God. So I want you to take from this to think about spreading knowledge that brings real happiness, Don't be so consumed up in this world. If you turn on your TV right now, there's an advertisement telling you right now that you're not good enough. There's an advertisement telling you that what you have right now is not good. There's something better. For example, you could go buy a car right now. Go buy a car right now. And when you turn on the television, there's an advertisement saying that there's another car, another model that's better than the one you have. And what happens? People take out the time to try to save up money, work harder, working extra hours to save money to try to buy that other car. You're pounding yourselves into the ground for things that are perishable, things that are material. So take the time out to try to spread knowledge that brings real happiness and leads to an everlasting life. And in doing something like this, you will experience the truth of Jesus' words that were at Acts 20:35. What he said there, he says, there is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. And when we do these things, then you have found the true purpose of life. Thank you for your time.